Okay, here we are with the K-base with the shattered neck. And we glued this up last night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different clamps. String or rope clamp. Cam action, no cam. C-clamp, pony quick action clamp, and 3 Jorgensen adjustable clamps to get the right angles. And we let this sit for 24 hours instead of the usual overnight 12 hours. Although with hide glue you can remove the clamps after a half hour if it's a good tight fit. But it won't reach its full strength for 24 to 48 hours. Yeah, that's what they say, 24, but I go by 48. Especially when you got thick wood, it's hard for that moisture to escape. Yeah, I got a little glue on some of the clamps. See, it was messy. There's a lot of glue drips on that paper there. Yeah, a little glue on the clamps, so we'll have to clean that up. So, see how it came out. Looks pretty good overall. There are some gaps where there was missing wood, but it should be pretty well lined up from where it was before. Yep, just in the same spot. Although it was a little crooked, we straightened that out. Little chunk of excess glue, and we'll fill in these holes with dowels, a couple of dowels here and there, and epoxy wood where this wood is missing. This is a nice base. We'd put a new neck on it, but that's a expensive proposition. So that'll be our next step, is reinforcing this neck. We'll let it sit another overnight. If I can get this clamp off. Boy, I put these on pretty tight. Be surprised how much clamping action you can get from the, yeah. I had to stick a piece in that was completely broken off. But once we get the epoxy wood, which is, by the way, somebody else had this kind of plastic wood, which is actually plasticized, and it never hardens. It has no strength, no internal strength, but the epoxy wood has the strength as wood. So that's what we'll be using there. I can never get this clamp off. This is what we call a rope clamp. Sometimes string, you can use string for smaller things. There we go. And it doesn't matter if a little bit of glue gets on it, because a little water, get rid of that. Let it come loose. Now it looks like I did a clove pitch here on the end. Yeah, this side here looks pretty good. A little leather from the clamp. Nice and flat. It's centered. This side looks pretty good. Pretty good too. It's got a little bit bigger gap. As you can see, when we try and stick a spatula in there, it only goes less than a 32nd, maybe a millimeter. Doesn't go in at all right there. And that's all missing wood, but from half a millimeter down, it's glued wood to wood. So Hopefully that'll be strong and secure once we get done reinforcing it. Didn't even mess up the position markers. Looks like somebody taped them on. We might get rid of some of that tape and just glue it so it looks a little better. Yeah, there's, you can see quite a bit of, no, not quite a bit, but some glue squoze out, which is good. That means you have plenty of glue. If there was no glue squeeze, that would have been bad. So we'll clean that up with some hot water. Yeah, it lined up nice. That'll be a good neck once we're done with it. Hopefully it doesn't get knocked over, because these heads are big and heavy. You got a very small neck there. I think it's about a 2.5 pound scroll when you add the weight of those machines on there. So you got 2.5 pounds. If you bonk on that, that's a lot of stress right there. And there we are. Finish getting this rope clamp off, and we'll be ready to go. Come on off. There we go. And we'll start cleaning up that old glue, or the new glue I should say. Alright, catch up with us next time. Let's see what kind of progress we make.